It's the Van Show! And oh my goodness, holy cow, do we have a special guest for you. Today, we have the amazing Patricia Newman. Say hello, Patricia.
Hello, Patricia.
Hey, oh, well, yeah. Now, Patricia, we want to learn a little bit about you.
Okay.
So first of all, tell us where you're from.
Right now, I live in Sacramento, California, by way of San Diego, by way of Vermont.
Now, do you have any pets?
I do. I have a poodle named Jojo.
Ooh. Now, is this a standard poodle?
It's a standard poodle, and my son suggested the name Jojo.
Yeah.
Because then we could say, "Get back, Jojo." Right?
I like that. So now you're an artist. You're a writer, a researcher even.
Yes.
I love all these things. Can you tell us, we want to hear your story into the arts. Like, when did you realize that this was something you wanted to be doing and that you were passionate about?
Well, Van, it took me a long time to figure out that I wanted to be a writer, that I needed to be a writer. I didn't find out until I had children of my own.
Oh, yeah?
I had just returned from the library with my kids. We had brought home a stack of books. And as I was reading the books to my kids, my mother-in-law said, "Patty, you could do this," meaning you could write.
Oh, wow.
And I'd never thought about it before. In fact, I did everything I could do not to write when I was a kid, Van.
Really?
Yeah, because I was bullied.
Oh, no.
And the last thing I wanted to do was put myself out there to be humiliated in yet another way.
I hear you.
So I was very quiet. I dove into my reading. I tried to stay on the outskirts, and eventually I grew up, developed some self-confidence, and realized I had something to say.
Yeah.
And after publishing several books, I realized, I realized? Most of my work is sticking up for the underdog.
Yeah.
I write a lot of books about nature, so I stick up for endangered species. I stick up for the ocean. I stick up for a river ecosystem that is about to die because of dams.
Wow.
So these things in nature don't have a voice, and I find myself becoming the voice for these natural ecosystems.
That is beautiful and inspiring. I love it. Right?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh. And Fernie wanted to know, have you ever written a book about ferns?
Fernie, I haven't, but there's always the future.
Yeah. All right. Well, Fernie said he wouldn't mind consulting if you end up writing that book.
All right. We need to mention one thing, Van.
Yeah, please.
Being in the arts is tough. There's a lot of rejection. There are a lot of people who will tell you that, whatever you're doing, the book you're writing, the dance you're doing, the painting you've made is not right for us at this time. And it's not personal, but you have to learn how to get over that. And the way that you do that is by believing in yourself. And that's very important. You have to believe in what you are doing. It's your heart project. You have to make it happen on your own.
Yeah, absolutely. And it only takes one acceptance.
Exactly.
No matter how many rejections you get.
Exactly. I've wallpapered my office with rejections, but I also have more than 20 books that were successes.
There you go.
Yep.
This has been excellent. So I want to talk about the book you brought here a little bit.
Okay.
I know we talked about the bit of the process there, but Junior Library Guild, of which you're an honorary author.
Yep.
Very cool. They had a question for you about this book.
Okay.
You mind if I ask it?
Of course.
All right. So they wanted to know what it's like to speak, or if you had the opportunity to speak with the Lower Elwha Klallam
Klallam.
Tribe. Thank you.
Yeah.
Did you get a chance to speak with them?
I did. I spoke with a representative of their tribe who would take the manuscript back to the tribal council. And I thought that was important because this is really their story, and the Olympic National Park story and Port Angeles' story. I felt like I could tell the Port Angeles story and the Olympic National Park story by researching, doing what I normally do.
Sure.
But the Lower Elwha Klallam Tribe has a special relationship with the river. And I needed to understand that. And I needed to be sensitive to their desires, their history, their traditional knowledge.
That's really cool. Did they give you any kind of special insight that you kind of didn't come in with?
Yes, one of the pages has it's what's called a weir. It's a small dam, if you will,
Okay.
that traps fish, but it doesn't trap every fish. It allows several to swim through. And we were trying to figure out how to illustrate that in the book. And what I had found, the Olympic National Park disagreed with. What the tribe had found was something a little bit different. And even though the Olympic National Park disagreed with it, I went with what they said because I did research at a different library. Again, libraries, everybody.
Yeah, there you go.
I did research at a different library that had a particular source that confirmed what the tribe was saying. But get this, the source wasn't allowed to be public until this year, long after
What?
the book was published. So I knew it was coming out, I knew it was right, and that's what we went with.
There you go.
Yeah.
This has been a pleasure. Thank you so much for coming on the show.
Well, thank you for having me. It's been a real treat to
Well, heck yeah.
be interviewed by a blue puppet. I hope you know that we match.
Right? Did you notice that? Look at that. Twinsies.
Twinsies.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Show!